Hey guys, welcome back to Weichert Chat, and thank you for watching our full episode. Today we have Ruth Peoples with First American Title and Cristen Martinez with Martinez Law. Cristen Martinez is a real estate attorney, and she's here to set the record straight. Today we're going to talk about your appraisal contingency within the contract. Does it exist? Is it real? Does it protect you as it pertains to property value or just property condition?
The standard contract does differentiate between a condition of the loan approval for purposes of the financing contingency and then the actual valuation for purposes of the buyer being able to get out of the contract and get that deposit back because the appraised value wasn't either at the purchase price or what the buyer wanted it to be at. The contract does make that distinction, and the only thing that is going to be protected under the contract for purposes of that financing contingency is the appraisal as a condition of loan approval. Valuation is not protected under the contract unless you use the separate appraisal contingency rider to the contract.
Thanks, Cristen. So what is the appraisal contingency rider?
So that is a rider that allows you to, or allows the parties to define a specific amount that they agree the appraisal must be at, or the parties can terminate the contract and the buyer will get their deposit back. If the parties want to create a contract where the appraisal must be at a certain value, that rider is necessary because the base contract will not cover that situation.
So Cristen, does it make a difference if it is within the loan approval period and the buyer can get their deposit back, or does that not even matter as it pertains to valuation specifically?
For valuation specifically, that does not matter because the rider that you're specifying the appraised value that the party's agreeing upon is going to address the time period for the appraisal. So those are two separate things. They protect the buyer in two different ways, and so one is not going to affect the other, so to speak.
So Cristen, my understanding was that in the previous contract, if the appraisal valuation came in lower, even outside of the loan approval period, that the buyer still had the right to negotiate and the right to cancel. Is that the case in this contract with rider F, or the appraisal contingency valuation, or does it have an expiration date prior to the conclusion of the loan approval period or any other period?
That is correct. There is a blank for a deadline in that rider, so the default deadline is going to be 10 days prior to closing for the appraisal to come in and the buyer to make a decision. That deadline is separate and distinct from the loan approval period, which matters for the financing contingency. Parties can of course alter that deadline, but yes, there is a deadline that will be associated with the buyer exercising their rights under that appraisal contingency to terminate the contract.
Wow. There you have it, guys. So you have to make sure that the appraisal is ordered on time without delay to ensure that your escrow deposit is protected. If it is not, your escrow deposit is at risk. It doesn't mean you're going to lose it, but it means you will enter it into a dispute. Thank you for watching, guys. If you have any questions regarding real estate law, Kristen's information is going to be down below. Feel free to reach out to us, and thank you for watching Weichert Chat.